timing. Last week to our cycle, week 12, true max out. Here we go, we're gonna put all our work to the test here. So this week priority is maxing out our squat, bench press, and deadlift. So those are the three big things, and then the other things ending up the days are gonna be, we're gonna retest our testers we see. I believe it was like one of the beginning, or the first weeks of April. I'll write the date in the email so you can go back in Zen Planner and see it. If you type in the workouts 2021 with an underscore, you should see cycle 1 with the tester 1, 2, 3, 4. If you did them, you should be able to pull up your results. Alright, so day 1, we're gonna start off again with some hang power cleans. We're gonna go 5, 5, 3, 3, 1. Just like we did a couple weeks ago, we're gonna go from the hang. So the idea here is build up to something challenging from the hang, right? So on your 3, you go and touch and go, you let it go, you re-hang, you go back to the top of the knee, and we go off that way. In between, we continue working on our muscle ups and pull-up progression. So we're looking at a few reps or just get a little closer to that sense of failure, and we're gonna work through those 12. From there, first tester, so obviously if you've got a score, go back, look at it, do something to chase down. If not, we're looking at 10 rounds, 4 burpees, 6 kettlebell swings, depending where you did it. Either we're going to eye level or overhead, so make sure to repeat the same one. And then from there, 8 wall balls or 8 jumping squats if you did the home version. So 10 rounds, if you guys have done it, you know what to expect. For most people, the wall balls are starting to get tough at the end. Focus on your breathing, be consistent, try to save a little bit of juice at the end so you can really give a good push in those last 2 rounds. Day 2, squat, back squat, front squat. So finding a new 1 rep max. Depending who you are, how stiff you are, how your mobility is, take the time to warm up properly. It can make a big difference between getting to that 95 or really surpassing that 99 or 100%. So my suggestion would be building up in like a 5, 5, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1 until you get to your max kind of deal. Make sure you don't take too big of a jump, right? So nothing should be over 10% once you get closer to the end. Anything more than 10%, you're just gonna shock your system, set yourself up for a failure. So you'd rather be consistent, make your squats, because the moment we usually miss one of these heavy lifts, your CNS is pretty done, and it's hard to come back from. So be strategic building up. If you're unsure, message me, talk to me, let me know, and then I can give you jumps based on your previous max. From there, we'll work up some handstand work in between, or something that's not too tiring, but working on that upside down position as you rest between your squats. Tester 2, 2K row, and then you rest 5, 400 meter. So we're looking for more of a higher threshold aerobic kind of capacity here on your 2K. So be consistent. You can give it pretty hard because you're gonna rest 5 minutes. It should be a good enough time domain to bounce back. That 400 meter, treat it like a sprint. Put your foot down, go, try to hold on. Your time stops once your 400 meters is done. That includes your 5-minute rest. If you got previous time, pull it up, look, maybe do a little bit of a math on what you got to hold on your 2K to get you a little bit ahead, and then from there, stack the chips in your favor so we can hopefully win it on the sprint on that 400 meter. If you don't have a rower, if you're down the bike, double the distance. If not, there's an at-home version on Zen Planner. Check that out, and that'll be a replacement for that workout. Day 3, EMOM 15. Got a couple more pieces here. Depending what you want to work on, pick a skill for minute 2, minute 3. There'll be suggestions on Zen Planner, but the main thing here is going to be hang power snatches, 5, 5, 3, 3, 1. It's hard to re-grip hang snatches, so if you need to drop it, deadlift it, re-hang it between and go, because that minute's gonna get pretty long, so use it up. Test 3, 10 rounds, 5 overhead squats or 5 front squats. I let you choose your own weight and movement here, because I wanted to focus back then for it to be unbroken. So it should get a little easier technically if you've been really keeping up with us. If not, just pick a weight that you know you can do unbroken for 5. From there, we're going to 10 ring rows. Make sure we're getting a nice full range of motion. The knees are locked out. And pick yourself a position you think you can keep going with all workout longer. I want you to be shifting your feet back and forth. Be consistent. Have a standard for yourself. From there, 20 double unders. Could be 40 single skips. I know most of you guys have been working on your double unders pretty hard in this last cycle. So we should be able to chip away at 20, or even if you want to double under all the way, to maybe shoot for like 10 or 15 if that's more in your range, and just be consistent with that for all 10 rounds. From there, day 4, we'll have a little EMOM in there for you to move around, or I'd suggest probably a full rest day before we bench and deadlift heavy. Obviously day 5, same concept as our back squat. Make sure you warm up properly, get those shoulders fired up, throw in some just empty barbell presses before you get going. If you've got stiff shoulders, make sure you maybe do PVC pass-throughs, pull apart, get yourself warmed up, get everything firing. From there, deadlifts, make sure your hamstrings are warmed up, you warm up your lower back, some good mornings, maybe some empty barbell deadlifts, get the blood flow going, and then from there, if you have the luxury of 2 barbells going back and forth until we reach that max for the day. So again, you're building up kind of the same way, 5, 5, 3, 3, and then 1's all the way up. So same thing again, with the bench press, be a little more careful in your jumps. Deadlift, be a little bit more aggressive, just because we've got potential to lift more. But again, kind of that 10% rule, once you get into your singles, would apply, because anything more than that, you get caught again, you miss a lift, you're probably not going to bounce back on the bench press and make another one. So make your lifts count, be successful, and hopefully we reach new maxes. From here, last tester 4 rounds, 10 chest to bar, could be 10 pull-ups. Ideally, I don't want to stay away from the ring row since you guys have already done them. So make sure we're getting some kind of pulling movement, banded pull-up if we have to. Jumping pull-up could also be an option if you want bands. From there, 15 hand release push-ups, so bringing our chest down, lifting our palms up, and driving up nice and tall. Try to avoid warming on those hand releases. So keep that chest down, drive straight up. From there, 20 alternating lunges. So there I put an option of weight could be optional, only if you think you can do all 20 steps unbroken. These could be walking, they could be alternating in place if you don't have much room. If you're using a dumbbell, either just over your shoulder, something that's not going to get your arms tired, but make sure you can do all 20 in a row if you're going to use a weight. So we're looking at 4 rounds, fairly quick. Just want to make sure we don't necessarily hit failure on those gymnastic movements and be all set. Day 6, our usual running is up for the week, so if you've been running or looking for something a little different in terms of aerobic capacity, that's in Saturday's portion of Zen Planner, and that'll be available all week. If you guys have any questions, you need help with the max out week, or you need to figure out percentages of jumps, you let us know. We'll help you out and hopefully set you up for success. All right, so good luck, and hopefully we see lots of PRs this week. Yeah.